Hi folks, I'm the newstarcadefan here, and welcome to SC2VN, the eSports visual novel, the newest project for the channel. If you're a fan of StarCraft, you might get this. If you're not, you might not get it. Anyway, we're gonna get started right away. SC2VN is a visual novel about StarCraft in South Korea and the people who play it. Well, yeah, that stereotype is true. If you're new to esports or StarCraft, you can watch a short voice acted scene that will introduce you to professional StarCraft. Or you can watch a scene later in the extras menu to get right into action. Let's get right into the action. Now it doesn't only thing that changes is the pronouns, and it really doesn't matter whom we pick because the screen name will be the same. Alright, we're gonna select our main character. Yes. Now let's get started, shall we? There's a certain feeling that every StarCraft player gets before they lose. Most try to ignore it at first, as if the inevitable is just another challenge to fight through. Like their past mistakes don't count. If they don't try a little bit harder, it's a natural thing to believe otherwise contradicts the hours we spend practicing. Well, that's true of most games and most esports competitions. Still, every player must eventually come to terms with defeat. They have to queue up for another game, or maybe they flew across the world for nothing. This actually is real because there are Americans that will go to Korea to compete in the esports scene. Not only for StarCraft, but for newer games like Rocket League or Call of Duty or even Overwatch. I haven't met many players that can take a loss in stride. It's painful, it's permanent, it's proof that your best isn't always good enough. Long after my elimination, I remain at the PC with a blank look in my eye. Clicks shoot from my fingers, I leap from page to page. A tournament update mentions my defeat in passing, but no one acknowledges it. When my frustration fades, I'm only left with guilt. I should have practiced harder. I consider sticking around to watch the final few games, but the knot in my stomach persuades me to avoid any more stress. People People are nice enough to a foreigner with the heart to attempt a Star League qualifier. But without a win, I'm just one more in a long line of losers. Hundreds spend their best years chasing their eastwards dream. 1 in 50 makes it. This is for those who don't. Every game of StarCraft begins the same. Gather resources, train a worker, construct a building, rally an army, defend a base, contest a map, turn something small into something more. This game is punishing. It's stressful. It's draining. It builds you up and tears you down. It's not for everyone. It might not even be for me. How many more chances am I gonna get? Was that my best? Oh, the feeling is back. Ha, why am I still trying? Why can't I quit? My fist rattles the desk and sends a plastic bottle onto the floor. With chin in hand, I throw myself into the match replay. Alright, this visual novel has a glossary for those who don't know the terms. And right here, the first term is ladder. I force myself down. I force down to measure breath, losing a throwaway ladder game that shouldn't bother a player of my rank. Scout the nail and my poor control of the final fight gave my opponent an edge. In retrospect, my mistake seemed obvious. I toyed with the conclusion that he was hacking before realizing that I'm just making excuses. No, I should have been able to win this one. Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty damn telling when you have to justify excuses for losing. Either you win or you lose, and you have to, be better. It's understandable if a technical mistake happened, but a loss still is a loss. Despite the Grandmaster badge next to my handle, I found myself too anxious to queue up for another game. The last victory Start League qualifier earlier days and helping my mindset. I called my tiny room with a look, restless and unmotivated. Sitting alone in a dark room for an extended periods of time is incredibly depressing. A fact I learned when it became a significant part of my life. Only one thing is certain. I've got to get out of here. Yeah, you have to get out and stretch your legs. After double checking that my apartment door is locked, I hustle down the stairs and onto the sidewalk. Light grows with each step towards the shining skyline. Catchy pop beats and posters of flawless models dominate street after street. Foot traffic is thick and impatient. Seoul Tower stands tall from a distant hilltop. But even the lingering excitement of life in the faraway place can't dredge me out of my hopelessness. Sometimes, especially on days like this, I regret pursuing eSports. It's a thought I've had more times than I'd care to admit since coming to South Korea. Even saying that, I know I can't help myself from competing. It's in my nature, and truth be told, this damn game is the only thing I'm good at. That's a, piss poor mindset. What is StarCraft? Some respond with an explanation that's a game mechanics or a storyline. The other popular answer is too that it requires the dexterity of a pianist alongside the strategic thinking of a chess player. Well, that's esports in general. Maybe that's what StarCraft is to people, but to the hundreds who carve out a living on it, StarCraft isn't a simple thing. It's the embodiment of competition, a perfect playing field, no need for athletic genes, rabid parents, tutting tutors, or expensive summer camps. You pick up the game on your own, you learn, you improve, you work. If you're good enough, you can become a god. That's very true. And if you fail, you stay a nobody. That's also very true. I'm not building towards a long term career. I'm friendless in a foreign country. I'm respected by no one. And if I don't qualify for the VSL next month, I'll be back home at square one. I'll be nothing. But hey, at least I play video games all day. Are you completely sure you haven't forgotten anything? Do you have enough money for the cab when you land? Are you sure that the apartment's got your money? Is your cell phone charged? You brought an extra charger, right? Yeah, this is the worry, Mom. We've seen this in my previous Project Tom Tenchi too. And trust me, this is most moms everywhere. They're worried about, even if you are out of the house, they will still worry about you. Oh, please, I'm fine. Nothing bad is gonna happen. This is our character's name, Mach. Well, our screen name, that is. Remember, there won't be anyone. Remember, there won't be anyone to do your laundry, to cook your meals, or wake you up when you oversleep. Budget well, and you'll have 2 months. I won't hear anything about a loan for the flight home. It takes effort to keep a frown from my face. Learning that my parents came to see me off only so they had say they did. Yeah, we're on a strict time limit. I've already sunk the entirety of my savings into this. Now isn't the time for second thoughts. My dad gestures towards the security line and taps his watch twice. Go on, the sooner this is over with, the better. Come back in one piece, hon. Oh, a voice crack there. Nothing comes out when I think of how to respond, so I only nod. Without another word, my parents walk away. She has to make her own mistakes, which is true. I tighten my fist, pace quickening, even though I want to prove to everyone who's doubted me wrong. I'm tired of losing for no one's sake but my own. With the sun long set, overhead suns washing the streets in color. I've wandered so far that a walk back to my apartment would take almost a half hour. My renewed drive to practice my craft drives me towards search to play. It's not long before I see the words I'm looking for. PC bang. or if you're the or if you're around my age, we know the mess and internet cafes. And yes, these actually do exist in America, and you do have to pay for the time. The amount of foot traffic suggests a pretty popular internet cafe. It's on the front window reads Golden Zone Fire. Though I've only visited them a few times, PC bangs are one of the things that got me interested about Korea when I first got into StarCraft. Looking out for champion status of a neighborhood cafe is old school cool. Like a type of western when the sheriff defends his turf against upstarts and outlaws. It's not deal that makes it's a little dated these days. Most StarCraft 2 place competitions take place in either online or broadcast studios. I'll admit, I've daydreamed of being born a decade earlier playing the original eSport Blood War during its rise along the PC bang. Yeah, you might want to Google this, but this is hyper old school. And with that, I'm going to end it here. If you like this, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe because it does help the video out very much. Anyway, I'm newstarcadefan here saying thanks for watching, have a good day or night wherever you are, and bye for now.